All right, howdy. It's October 1st. I'm here with Pat. She's joining us today in hobbles. I'm going to be keeping her movement somewhat contained with the hobbles, and then next week when I get my sidelines, we'll start with that. They're already ordered, should be here soon. And you know, it's already done her some good. She can move in them. And the first thing I did when I brought her in today was put her back, 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 good, back, good, back, good. First thing I did was let her, good, you move that one too? I like it better. Oh, there we go. Was let her just hang out in here with a really mellow colt of mine who was eating some hay, and just let her have a minute to hang out while I got set up. And I'm gonna go ahead and saddle her now. I did a little bit of this yesterday and had a pretty good session, both using the hobbles and doing some desensitization and lunging her around in the bridle, which I'll show you next. You can see this mule still really, and most animals do, but she still really wants to put you over here on this side. She's been slowly turning this whole time to get me on the correct side, she thinks. She's way bronchier on this side. This side is way grabbier, way goosier. We've been working on it, but it is definitely more reactive. Yesterday when I did that, she did sit and she still does it if there's enough what you call triggers, right? Because the more we learn about animal behavior science, the more we learn about training, we realize that when an animal reacts, goes into fight or flight, they are what we call over threshold, meaning they have reached the number of triggers that their mental and emotional threshold tolerates. So, on a windy day, if I was wearing a slicker, she would be very reactive over here, right? I'd be stacking triggers, way more likely to have an explosion over here. But that being said, she's getting way better. She has a softness now. She backed up there off my pressure, but I mean, the fact that I can back her just off touch or voice is awesome. The fact that she can move her neck, relax her face, kind of come out of that freeze mode. She was totally in before. If you take a look back at the earlier videos, I think you'll see it. She just had a lot of tension in the neck and just this locked kind of disassociative, right? I'm not freaking here, freeze mode. So now she's come out of that. I think that's gonna be one of the biggest keys to making her safe. Early on, I said, this is the kind of animal that when you sneak a ride on them, which is probably what did happen with her, you cause a ticking time bomb. If you don't do it with them understanding what's coming and them having some level of softness, receptivity, you're gonna have a bronch for sure. So now we're unbronching this very sensitive critter, and she's gonna get nice, but it's gonna take some time. And it's gonna take extra time on this side. But for today, I'm gonna grab her bridle, put it on her. I'm gonna lunge her around in the bridle a little bit to show you how I use that to keep control of her feet. Did a lot of obstacle work with her yesterday in the bridle, just like that. And yeah, she's coming along. Lots of cool stuff we've been doing, and I'll show you. Ho. Good, ho. I still move really big and loud in her space all the time. She's still very hyper aware, very much in protective mode. I put the stock saddle and the britchin on her, and I did it, and she did not blow up about it. I was surprised. I let her go around me on the bridle, walk, trot, canter, fully expecting her to buck, and she didn't. She did grab herself one time. I said, quit, and she stopped. I asked her to go forward. She did, so that was a good thing, but I have been just doing that, dropping a britchin over her butt because that part still bothers her. And so I do that a lot with rope or, my reins or whatever. And she's still not comfortable with stuff back there around her back legs, under her tail. Been working on all of that, but she's still not very comfortable. And all of this training, of course, is minimal triggers in a sense because we're in this familiar environment and she's getting to know me really well. So, long term, hopefully we'll be able to translate all this work to new environments, new people a little bit, and build her confidence in the world and get you back that really good mule. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these hobbles off. Oh, Pat. And I do trust her a lot more. I would never have just crouched down and not looked up at her and been just ready to get out of her way before. I do trust her quite a bit these days, especially in this safe environment, limiting our triggers. She has been pretty honorable and minimal like jumping and blowing away, because I think we're getting this brake system with the bridle and consistently being able to stop her feet when she tries that. So all good things. All right, Pat. Oh, when I said I was gonna leave her hobbled to throw her tack on, but I lied. I did do it once already while my phone is on the charger. Good girl. I love that she gave me that little step towards. I forgot I stuck a teddy bear out here. I kind of like made a little haunted arena for her. Got big stuffed animals and rugs laid out and, you know, all kinds of obstacles. So, good, good. And you can see, you know, even with my focus changed, I think that was enough to make her a little bit mistrustful, and she moved her feet again. And she just needs lots of this, and I do it a lot, but, you know, when one gets screwed up, it takes a lot longer to fix them than it does to do it right the first time. So, And I use this partly because I get tired of throwing my big stock saddle around, but also partly because I do plan to ride her in it. Been getting ready to sit on her and slide around and jump off. You know, I think it's a really good way to start them. I just think they need to be able to feel you, and if you skip that step and you just ride them in a saddle, sometimes you find out they're actually very ticklish and you just had a bunch of equipment between your legs and their sides, and they actually don't like it when you touch them around here or whatever. So, all right, I'm trying to see just where my camera is pointed. I'm gonna grab this rope or this long line over here. Good. Good girl, very good girl. And so when I lunge her in this setup, what I'm gonna do is tie the reins back to my pad and basically simulate bridle action from the saddle, the rider's aids from the saddle. I'll have an active inside rein and a static outside rein, kind of like you'd ride a colt on a circle. Very good. And so I like to start on the more difficult side when I do my groundwork. I try to start on the more difficult side, work that side, work the easier side, and come back and end on that difficult side, just like you might do for an athlete that's trying to build up, you know, if they've got some muscular asymmetry going on or something. But it's good for muscular asymmetry as well as mental, you know, asymmetry in terms of a horse, because they certainly do have two different visual processing centers, meaning two different streams of information, meaning you got to train both sides of this critter. My stick's on the other side. I'm going to take this opportunity to move her hip, simulating kind of like I'm going to use on her back. I'm going to put inside rein, meaning I'm bending her toward me in a right bend. Right rein's on the inside of that bend. I'm going to put my leg or my hand here where I'd use my leg. Good. Love that cross step. Good. You're okay. Good. And she didn't really want to turn her back on that bear, but she did it, and she moved her feet. Good. She took a deep breath, even with me here petting her flank. Good. So what I'm going to do is grab my whip and get to a little more centered space in this video. All right. Good girl, Pat. Walk. Good. Walk. Walk. I'm really working with her on voice commands. Walk means go forward. Gonna be great anytime she gets worried, right? Anytime you can reassure them in a way that doesn't mean kicking them or whatever for a sensitive critter, and just give them a way to know what is expected. Walk, good. I love that she's going through all my house of horrors here. Walk, good. Walk, Pat, good. Someday we'll work up to actually stepping on that bridge. She walked through there yesterday, and that's fine. I don't care how she navigates these obstacles so long as she stays very calm and connected. And I really like that. I'm gonna take an opportunity here to get up above her. Something I've been doing a lot of, getting ready to ride her. You can see her getting uncomfortable. Yeah, definitely. Somebody got the bronc out of into this mule. We got to get it out now. She's a very good girl, but she didn't bolt. I'm gonna ask her to soften her head and neck. She's getting a little softer in the bridle. Oh, Pat. Good, good. She was like, will you switch eyes? You switched what you were doing, everything. But she's at a stage in her training where I feel like she's just much more able to tolerate surprises. Good, walk. Good. Walk. Good. I remember when I started driving her on this side. Good, you're all right. Good. Good. Walk. I'd have to, good. Be so careful that I didn't trigger her because she wanted to bolt every time she got ahead of me. Whoa. Good. But you can see she's very connected. She's listening. She's soft. Her expression's soft. Oh, she still kind of wants to put me on that other side. But what I do is just kind of blow in here in her space, rub in that flank, just doing all the things that trigger her in a way that she can tolerate under threshold, and then coming back to ending in softness. Oh. Which is harder for her on this side. You can see she's a little locked up. Oh, there's some animal moving that's got her attention over there. And she's got mental blocks against me over here. Good. For a second, she softened. There's that lick and chew. Really nice. All right. Whoa, now I'm going to go to the other side. And I do take her and use most of the arena and go walk, trot, canter. But I don't feel like there's any real need to do that today. I want to do it more with the stock saddle on than anything else, and stuff flopping and that britching. But, and because she needs to get up into that high energy state some, but really, I love working with her in this, low energy, and good training alternates between both, of course. You got to bring the energy up, make sure that you can control your emotions, control your body in high energy. And then you need to be able to go down to low energy again, right? And good training alternates between those two things. Oh. My camera is a little limited in its view here though, so I'm gonna stay in low energy down here in the obstacles, just kind of showing you what we've been up to. Good, I like that shoulder yield. Oh, we'll step across. Good, pat, back, back. Good, good. She is super smart. Yes, you are. And she has that funny tail wag every time she thinks about stuff. Whack, whack, whack. So, all right, Pat, let's walk. Good. Walk. Good. 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 So I've been taking advantage of being back here. Good girl, rubbing on her, getting stuff up under her tail, and just letting her walk through it. I'd like her to walk with rhythm. That was nice. Good. Very good. Walk. Good girl. Good. I don't care which way you go. Just go calmly. Very good. Walk. Walk. Good. Good. But you can actually have almost a conversation now with her. Her mind is here. Walk. She's still got a lot of, honestly, trauma response in that bronchi grabby crap, because at some point that got her out of pressure. Good. Pressure she did not understand. Good. Good. But she's really coming around. I hope you're as tickled as I am. I'm about to wrap this drill up. I trust her now. If you didn't notice before, I might have just stopped walking, but there I kept walking with rhythm. And here she's calm again. She grabbed herself, she walked on. She didn't have a come apart. Good. Really good. You're all right. Just rubbing her gently back there, because sure, that's her sensitive area. But, some branch might stick through there someday, and we need to know that you're all right. Very good. Very good. Whoa. And then I do like to go in here, reward them back here, you know, as close to where you'll be when you're riding. Oh. Very good girl. And that made her blow up a week or two ago, so we've gained a lot. Oh. I'm just gonna go ahead and take one more wrap. Oh. And today, because we're on camera, I'm actually not gonna work both sides. But I would like to see the same thing on the other side, and it's also off camera, but one thing I'm gonna do before I quit, get her to walk across an old blanket I threw on the ground. Yesterday we got both front feet on, but we never got past that. So today we'll probably end with at least walking halfway on again. Before I quit the video though, I do want to show you a little bit of getting ready to ride her, getting up above her. And again, I know this is just a huge improvement. I'm not sure, I don't think I ever even sent you any video before of doing any what I call mounting block work. But the first time I did it, I rubbed on her and stepped off the mounting block, and I could barely get up to her, and she rolled back and sucked back, ran all the way to the door. And then we did that several more times. Oh. And then, just getting her close enough to touch, I guess, was a huge challenge. I'm not even sure if I touched her the day I stepped off and she sold out. But these days, she's pretty darn comfortable. I'm gonna go ahead and just see if she'll show you what we've been working on. I don't do a ton of treats, but I do some, and I kind of like to end with, or to do my mounting block stuff with treats, and a lot of times I might end with that. I'm going to end with the rug, but she might get a cookie if she does a really good job. So, all right, let's see what we got here. I'm going to bring her around. Just like maybe I was leading her up, ready to get on. Good. And I don't always use a mounting block, but you better be able to use one, and you need to have help getting on or whatever. They better be patient with you. All right, you ready? So I do mounting block training. I also really know helps horses with trauma and fear about being ridden get more comfortable with you above them in a way that they've got a chance to get the answer wrong and nothing too scary or violent happens, right? Like it doesn't turn into a bronc match and finally maybe punishment or whatever. Good. Good. Yeah, this is already way better. She doesn't really like to let me in there, but we'll see what we get. Yeah, that's good. We got lots farther yesterday. Good. Good. Oh, pretty good. She's standing on my stick. Give her a little cookie. Very good. And you can see what happens when I jump down these days. Nothing, much better. Good girl. Good. Oh, let's go ahead and throw these up here. Good. All right, let's step back up here. Good. You're okay. You're okay. Good. 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 Control the hindquarters without her leaving. Good. Okay, Pat. Walk. Good. Very good. Walk on. Good girl. That's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good. Very good. And yesterday I leaned out there and put some weight on her, and the first time she grabbed her butt and spun around and bolted, but I didn't lose hold of her because I had her in the bridle. Good girl. And today she didn't take off, and I have quite a bit of weight up here on her neck and on her wither, kind of leaning into her. Good, and we jump down. Very good. One other thing I do is kind of bring the mounting block to them, and again I do it just kind of loud and clumsy. Don't get down under there. Oh, climb up kind of loud. Oh, about 100 times better than yesterday. Yesterday she was trembling and sitting. Took several tries. I had to keep moving my block back. Very good girl. Good. Very good girl. Oh. Go ahead and put some weight on her back. Nice. I also want her to start thinking about looking at me out of this right eye and with relaxation, right? Not with reactivity. Good. Very good girl. Oh, and I do like to give them cookies on that side. I'm just gonna ask her to whoa for a minute. Good. Pick up a couple more cookies. Yeah, and she even gets the good kind. Oh. All right, come here. Good. See if she can pull this off. And she might bolt and drop me on my nose. Not really, I'm ready for that. She really might bolt, but here, Pat, can you do it? She says, I don't know. That's pretty good, though. I like that she came around to see me. Can we step up? Walk on, Pat. Uh-uh. Oh, and she says, I was too scared to chew anyway. Come on, move the You're okay. She's like, I can't eat my cookies with my bridle on. There you go, you know, huh? Heck yeah, you do. Pat, walk on. Good. That's really good. Try again. Sorry, you dropped your cookie. Well, I think you get the idea. I'm not even sure if we're that much on camera. Gosh dang it, I can't really see us on the screen. It's a long way away. But, videos are hard. Let's see where we're at. Oh, dang it. Maybe you could. Either way, I'm turning it off. Hope you like her. She's doing way better. She's gonna still take some special, take some time and probably some special kinds of approaches even when you get her back. I'm thinking maybe you hobble her a little bit till you know you can walk out there and catch her every time, and I don't know, sideline her if you take her to the mountains until she's really showing that she can be honorable. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'll keep working on her, and she'll sure make a mule for somebody, even if we can't figure out how to keep her to where she's mountain safe and she'll never disappear on you. All right, thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.